From the story of a hard rock hotel that collapsed during construction to a massive dam that burst in the 1970s, it's time for another episode of our Construction Mistakes series. In today's video, we'll uncover how a single engineering mistake led to the deaths of 114 people, making it the most tragic engineering disaster in the history of the United States. Let's start with the Hard Rock Hotel collapse. This empty lot in the heart of New Orleans was supposed to be the site of a new hotel. Back in 2011, the lot was home to an abandoned Woolworth store. The city council decided to transform this prime location into a high-rise building with 300 apartments, a parking garage, and spaces for shops and restaurants. However, the project stalled for several years. In early 2018, careless companies announced a new plan, a 350-room Hard Rock hotel. Construction began immediately, and everything seemed fine at first. But in October 2019, disaster struck. The top floors of the unfinished hotel collapsed, killing 3 construction workers and injuring 30 more. One survivor described being trapped under concrete, rebar, and beams, seeing his leg twisted beneath the rubble. Investigations revealed critical structural flaws. A video shot days before the collapse showed weak support beams bending under the weight. Engineers found that the beams supporting the 16th floor were 300% overstressed. The builders had reduced the width of these beams to accommodate higher ceilings, making them dangerously weak. To make matters worse, the building inspector had been filing reports without visiting the site. The collapse was inevitable, and the site was demolished a year later. Next, let's go back to the 17th century and the sinking of the Vasa, Sweden's most expensive ship. In August 1628, the King of Sweden ordered the construction of a new warship, the Vasa. Designed with 2 gun decks to double its firepower, it was a grand sight. However, on its maiden voyage, the ship sank within minutes, unable to handle a gust of wind due to its top-heavy design. 30 people drowned, making this a tragic and embarrassing event for Sweden. Now, let's jump to the 1970s and the Teton Dam disaster. The Teton Dam in Idaho was completed in 1975 to provide irrigation, hydroelectric power, and flood control. However, less than a year later, it collapsed. A leak appeared, and despite efforts to seal it, the dam burst, releasing a wall of water 20 times more powerful than Niagara Falls. 11 people and 16,000 animals died, and the damage cost over $2 billion. The collapse was due to a combination of unstable land, ignored warnings, and the use of non-waterproof soil. Finally, let's examine the worst construction mistake in American history, the Hyatt Regency walkway collapse. In July 1981, during a tea dance at the Kansas City Hotel, 2 suspended walkways fell, killing 114 people and injuring 216. The disaster was caused by a design change that doubled the load on a set of nuts supporting the walkways. The mistake went unnoticed due to rushed approvals and poor oversight. This tragedy led to significant changes in construction review processes. The construction mistakes we've explored today highlight the immense responsibility engineers have in shaping our world. These stories serve as stark reminders of the consequences of oversight and rushing projects. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.